welcome to Chronically Happy Rockhounding Tips. Today, I'm going to be putting together my tote for my rockhounding. I already have all this stuff put in order, which I'll go ahead and show you guys in a few minutes, but in the meantime, I'm going to get started. You always want buckets. You're going to need buckets if you're going to rockhound. And my mistake half the time is leaving my car without a bucket, and then I end up going like this with my shirt or my skirt. I start putting rocks in my freaking dress or skirt. Then I gotta carry them and lug them around, then get back to my car, and then unload them. Buckets, buckets, buckets. Can never have enough buckets. I have two. These are from cat litter. I think these fit perfectly. And I shouldn't be having a bucket bigger than this anyways, because I'm disabled and I can't carry heavy things. So it's good that I have these size buckets. These are about the right size for me. The lids are on the inside. And I have to pack my tote just so to make sure everything fits. If I don't pack it just right, my buckets will not fit with all my gear. And then you also need a screen. A screen is handy for sifting through any tailings at any mine or anywhere that you're rockhounding and trying to find things. So, in order for this to fit in my tote correctly, I have to line this up to make sure it sits in my tote just right, because if I don't put it in here just right, it's not going to fit right, and I have to pack it just right. So another item that you really need to have with rockhounding is a way to dig up and loosen up rocks that are embedded into the ground. So for me, there's a couple tools. I got this collapsible shovel. I did not put it away very good. I have this. I should have this tightened down so I don't have my freaking shovel flipping and flopping all inside my tote. I don't need that. Nobody needs that flipping and flopping around. So that is next to go into my tote as an essential tool, not only to try and loosen things up and dig up rocks, is some kind of rock hammer or something. But you know what? This tool right here, collapsible, just like the other shovel, but this has a little shovel and then a little pickaxe on the other end. I tell you what, this thing is going to be a lot of good at the open mine to help sift and kind of like scoop up my tailings into this. And so what you're going to want to do is, really a big bucket is what you're going to want to set this on. So you're not holding it, for one. Being disabled, I gotta modify things. So I gotta sit this on a bucket, take the tailings, scoop it up into here, do a little shake, do a little tilt, do another tilt, see as the sun catches a certain material as you're shifting this about, you will see what you want. And you'll be able to pick that out and put that in your bucket. But you can also have other smaller things and smaller, finer grained to get smaller pieces. I don't really want anything smaller than this myself. I think this might be 1/4 inch squares, but I'm not positive. My dad made it, and I don't feel like measuring this stuff out. So anyway, essential, if you're going to any mine to try and like mine any kind of like opals or sunstones, those are the two mines I've been to. I've been to two different like geode mines in the past many years ago. I know one is not open and the other one is very limited, if any public access anymore. I'm not positive. I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't researched that in quite some time. Anyways, this was one of the most beneficial tools for rockhounding that I used recently. All I had was my bucket, my sifter, and this thing. I used this bucket because my other bucket was full, and my other one was filthy from the year before. There was an incident that happened, and I'm not going to get into it, at the sunstone mining, and I totally didn't clean it when I got home, and so it's been sitting in a year of like nasty, and I was just like repulsed, and I like had to use a towel that I didn't want to use, but I used it anyway to wipe everything off of it. And I was only able to use one out of those 2 buckets, so I was really limited to just my collapsible bucket, which I do highly recommend. I hardly ever collapse it down, but this collapsible bucket, where it kind of twists open, dude, I highly do not recommend. This thing collapses on itself all the time. It does not stay open. And in fact, you know, I think I'm just going to donate it, honestly. I don't even use it. Like, I don't want it. Like, it's not useful whatsoever. This, I'm still not, I don't know. But I'm making sure my essentials go in first, so let's get the essentials in. I got the bucket, collapsible bucket. Alright. Other good tools to have for rockhounding. This to help break up gravel, break up whatever. Really nice, have 3 claws on it. And you can really get into the dirt in some areas and stuff with this. So highly recommend this garden tool. You can find any Home Depot and stuff. So another good tool. And of course, I started off with just a regular hammer. Sorry about that. I had a little interruption there. So I actually found another piece to something that I didn't see it with me. You know, it's been a while since I've gone through my gear, so I'm really glad that I am going through all my gear right now. It really reminds me of what I do and don't have, and what I need to get still, and what else is helpful. So what I didn't show you guys, what I actually ended up finding out was let me get down in here. My tool was more compact, and I could have swore I remember it being more compact, but it's been so long since I've really done a good rockhounding trip and like really gone over my gear. And you know, I didn't even use this when I was doing the sunstones, and I think I should have. This is what I had earlier. This is what I said I used at the opal mine. So look how compact it comes down to. It folds all the way down to there, but it also, I forgot it had an attachment, so when it is in full use, it's actually a lot longer, a little bit more useful with having a bit longer of a handle. I didn't have everything put together right when I had it fully in use when I was using it at the opal mine. So here we go. We have a full tool, and this thing is my favorite that I've used for any rockhounding adventure so far, and at the mines in particular. I'm finally starting to get the hang of it. Going to mines. I haven't gone to any abandoned mines. I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to that, you know, and being solo. I really have to be careful about being solo and making sure somebody knows where I am, knows where I'm expected to be. And look how this beautiful small tool folds up into this nice little pouch That goes great in my tote and can go into my day pack that I should carry every time I go out in my vehicle to go look for anything on the ground. I should always be prepared, but I swear that I never am. Because I love my spontaneity and I love my spontaneity stops. So here's my day pack. It used to be a hydro pack. I took the hydro pack thing out years ago. Tree hazard tape because, you know, I was a forester. I usually have like moleskin in here. Right now it looks like all I have in here is gold panning tweezers and some durable cloth tape. I do have a first aid kit in my vehicle, which is what I should actually transfer over every time I leave my vehicle when I need to. I have a little bit of toilet paper in here. I have a fan, hand fan. I don't feel like popping it out. So I have this, and here's my day pack that has many pockets and many things. So I can put my first aid kit, I can put my tools in here. And here's a kneeling pad that would also fit fine in here. So everything can actually really fit in my day pack if I wanted to make it fit. So let's get it ready for my next trip actually. So then I can just grab my pack and be like, I know I have what I need in here. Which another essential key item is gloves. My fingernails got so jacked because I can't handle things on my fingers. I can't. So I have gloves to try and protect my hands because I cut my hands a lot on rocks and on freaking weeds and desert, like pokies. It really sucks. So having a pair of good like working gloves. I like working gloves, like mechanics working gloves. Those are nice. But these are weightlifting gloves for chicks. I used to do weight training in college, and yeah, I stayed in shape. I haven't been able to stay in shape since my surgery a couple years ago, but I do the best that I can with what I'm dealt with right now with my disabilities and my autoimmune issues. So anyway, I need to get my other glove right side out and put it in my pack because it is so important to have gloves because my hands get tore up. I got soft skin. I got baby skin on my hands. Like, it's part of the EDS, part of the connective tissue issues that I have. So I have a pair of gloves ready to go. An extra pair. Well, two mismatched pair of gloves so far. Also, eye protection. I wear sunglasses a lot, but I always have backup full around. They're so old. These, like, I could really use a new pair of these actually. They're probably my dad's or something. That way you don't get chips flying into your face when you're like hitting a rock with these metal tools that I'm about to show. So always have some kind of eye protection. Seriously, sunglasses will suffice, but I would say the best would be like shooting sunglasses or shooting glasses. Those would be great because they can repel a lot. Spray bottle. Always have a spray bottle and water. Always have water with you and hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Like, I have hydro packs now that have like the bladder and stuff in them. I drink water as I go. Another good thing to have is you don't want to roll your ankles. It's going to be uneven ground. You're going to be walking over rocks and stuff. And also, if you're in the desert, watch out for rattlesnakes. They like to be under rocks and in holes of rocks. Don't put your hand where you can't see. That is one surefire way of making sure you can avoid snakes. Don't step over too many big rocks. And so make sure to have some good ankle support hiking boots when you're out rockhounding. That way it lowers the chance of a snake bite in your ankle, even though they can aim way higher than this. Just follow the precautions of the area. Know your area. Know the area that you're going to. Know what kind of things reside in the rocks and such. It's important. So there's that. And then for even more uneven terrain and ground, I have some snow tracks. These are for like in the snow and ice. These are great to get some traction if you are in very slick areas. So you can put these on the bottom of any pairs of shoes. I highly recommend these. I haven't had to use them yet, but I'm prepared. Okay. As far as other tools, I can start it off before we got interrupted. A hammer, a rock hammer. Slight difference there. This is my first rock hammer, and this was from a garage sale. It has kind of fell apart, and the head doesn't stay on very well. So I don't really care for the ones that have separate pieces of the head separated from there. That's why I went for a solid rock hammer, all pretty much one piece. And then this helps to pry and dig and like poke into rock walls. Each tool has a good purpose, even a straight hammer, you know. If you can't get anything else specialized, this will work just fine. You'll dull the hell out of the back, but you know, you'll get its use for sure. Alright, I disabled this here. Alright, I'm almost done with this video. Whew! Alright. Always have rope on you. You never know when you need rope for anything. Tying down rocks, tying down, you know, tying yourself off if you're somewhere steep. Use it as some way to track where you've been. Like cut off pieces and tie a tree, you know, as a tree marker, you know, if you get, you know. Always know the direction you came. It's hard. I highly recommend a compass to keep track of that. My compass is kind of dead, so I'm a bad example right now. I don't have a good compass, but I have a compass in my vehicle. So if I can start my vehicle, at least I know, or if I'm near my vehicle, I know which direction I am. Branches that may be in the way. This is old and rusty. This was free. I have it, but I really could use some maintenance on this mofo. It's bad. So I got a couple hand-me-downs. I need to replace them, but I got those. I got so that. I also carry a knife on me usually, and a fire fork to light my fire so I can cook hot dogs or whatever. Use this as part of the skewer part and the wood as the rest. I can make my own skewers. And that's just an adapter. I have way more rope I need to untangle from my bungee cords. So that's all I can suggest is bungee cords and rope to complete your rockhounding kit. I also really like these bendable like twist ties, essentially, like foam. And they came in like a big pack like a while ago, like a long time ago, like 5-6 years ago at Walmart. I use these a lot in my bedroom for hanging things up in my closet because I use my closet as my PC space and my PlayStation. It's my gaming setup in my closet. I don't have a closed closet because my desk is in there. I have a standing desk in my closet, but my PC tower is on my TV and PlayStation 5, a couple other knickknacks on there. It's really don't have much desk space really. So I hang this from the bar, and I have a whole bunch of necklaces and bracelets hanging there right now. It looks pretty cool actually. But I've been putting off this video because I've been wanting to do take care of this in front of the camera and point out all my tips of all the things that you should have while rockhounding. Some really good tips. I don't have the good example on the first aid kit. I don't have the example of, oh, I know what I do have. I didn't show. This usually stays in my trailer. This flexible gear cord though, cut to length wire twist tie. I cannot tell you enough how much this has come in handy on different occasions for different things. For like shooting with my friends, from camping to tent repair to yeah, just tying some strange stuff together, and this was just enough. Great thing to have in your vehicle. I think it's gonna go in my vehicle now, because I'm not gonna have my trailer without my vehicle. So it's gonna go in there, and I can't just leave it in my rockhounding stuff, because I'm probably gonna use it. I'm gonna need to be tuning rockhounding, hopefully. So. Other than that, guys, let me show around. So this is everything in my crate that I keep for my rockhounding adventures. Lots of maps, mostly of Oregon and specific areas like within Washington, Nevada, Idaho, Oregon. All of these have great maps of where you can find all kinds of different rocks and minerals and gems. This is Washington State. Look at all those sites. You can find a lot of different kind of rocks in Washington State. You just need to know where all those places are. So then you go to the table of contents and look that up, and then you look this up and it tells you what you can find somewhere. It even gives GPS, tools, vehicle, accommodations, special attractions. It tells you all kinds of information in this book, and then it shows you what you can find there, and some pictures. So these are my guides. This is how I go find things. Whether they're mines, public, private. I go into rockhounding groups on Facebook. I can't get that back in right now. And then the atlas, man. The atlas is everything. It tells you who owns the land, where you're going to, whether it's public, and what kind of, there's different rules apply for rockhounding in these types of areas. So yeah, this tells you who owns what. Color coordinated. Wilderness, Forest Service, State Park, State Land, Tribal, Military, yep. So you have to verify what part of the land you're on when you're rockhounding. You got to be a responsible rockhounder and make sure you know where you are. So I highly recommend an atlas to go along with every state that you want to rockhound in. So I have all of these states and the books for every state that I'm going to. More information about Oregon, because that's where I'm from. This is a great guide for identification. It goes color coded, and it also goes by shape. To help identify. Not everything is colors and pictures. You have to be able to key it out with your book. So there's that. I have a couple other rockhounding books. I have magnifiers to look at things in the pages. This is everything that I pretty much showed you guys. I didn't put my day pack in there yet. And I still have a couple other things, like, oh, there's the other matching gloves I was missing over here. They're in that pile somewhere. So this is the other thing. A good thing to have is some rain boots, because that would help you forage through some rivers if you're looking for rocks in rivers or near water. So hiking boots, tools, buckets, that. Day pack, water, first aid kit, compass, boots. Don't worry, I'll make all that stuff fit. I'll put all that stuff back away too. And then I got all this other stuff I need to organize still. Laundry. I have this insulated static pillow, inflatable pillow. It's got the pump is somewhere. I had the pump. I don't know where they are. Anyways, so that is all of my rock hounding tips. That's the gear I highly suggest to have. And you should have a successful rock hounding trip. Whatever you decide to try and find, you have all the information. The information's out there. Physical books are where it's at. I take them with me and I check and I double check, I triple check. I make sure I get gas. Sometimes gas isn't for hundreds of miles. You don't know when you're going to see gas again. So you got to get gas and top off every chance you get when you're out in the middle of nowhere. And that's where a lot of these places are. Middle of nowhere. So, thank you so much for tuning in for Chronically Happy's Rock Hounding Tips. Peace out.